Hey everyone, who's ready for summer? Let's sew this cute little sunglass case by Pink Pony Designs. It's domestic friendly and it's beginner friendly. It's a very quick sew. This video's less than 30 minutes, and if I didn't have to do the video, I could probably sew this in 15 minutes. Come on, let's get sewing. Okay, so these are the pieces that you are going to need. Actually, what you're going to need is 2 pieces cut at the rectangle measurements that she gives you. The longer measurement will be this way. The shorter measurement will be this way. You'll need 2 of those. I'm using the same for my outer exterior and my lining. I just wanted to do it that way. This exterior piece I quilted myself. I quilted on the diagonal. I used 2 pieces of fusible fleece. It's a thinner fusible fleece. And then I put SF101 over the top of it. And then I quilted it. And then I took my pattern pieces. You get 1 pattern piece. I believe this is still a free pattern. I'm showing you the wrong side of the pattern. And you put it on the rectangle, because you'll have a rectangle here, and you're just going to trim off those little tiny curves that are right here. And you do that for both pieces. Both pieces have to be the same size. Then you're going to get a number 5 zipper. You can use a number 3. I normally use it. No, this is a number 3 zipper. Yes, this is a number 3 zipper. It's a continuous zipper. I cut it the length of the measurements that she gives plus 1 inch because you want a little bit hanging over for when you put your zipper pull on. And what you're going to do is you are going to take it and you're going to do that. And you're going to put the other piece off to the side because you only need half of it. So you have another half to make another eyeglass case, if you wish, which you should, because what else are you going to do with half of a zipper? Okay, then you need 1/4 inch double-sided tape. You can use 1/8. I'm using a 1/4. And I am also going to add a little hook, keyring hook on the side. So that's not required in the pattern sheet. It doesn't give that. That's just something that I am doing on my own. So once you have these cut out, you want to take your exterior piece. I'm going to lay this one off to the side. Take your exterior piece and your double-sided tape, and you are going to tape along the very edge all the way around, okay? Then you want to take your paper off of this. Woo. Tape came off. Like that. All right, come on, cooperate with me. Okay, we're going to pull that off. This stuff is sticky. Put a little bit extra down here since that was being difficult. Then you're going to take your zipper. You want the teeth facing in. You want the zipper, right side of the zipper facing the right side of the exterior piece. Now I marked mine where I wanted to start. And you want to do edge to edge. You want to put that flat edge of the zipper right on the edge of the exterior piece. Edge to edge. And I'm going to move this up just a little bit. There we go. So it'll look like that. Then you're going to take another piece of double-sided tape. And you can definitely use clips if you don't like using double-sided tape, or if you don't have any. I just think it makes it lay better with the double-sided tape. Take your tape off, or paper off of this one. And you're going to take your lining piece and you're going to put right sides together. You want to match up the bottom. And just, oh, are you kidding me? Oh, this walk tape is so sticky. I can't believe it. I didn't even get the hyper stick. And you want to come around the edges and match it up. Edge to edge. Keep your zipper folded down so the zip is not in the way. So the teeth are not in the way when you go around that curve, because that can be a little tricky. It tends to pop up for some reason. So you need to kind of press it down with your one hand. This is a very easy sew. Very easy. This is a very beginner friendly. It can be sewed on a domestic machine. Okay, let's get that around. I don't like that. You don't want this. There we go. So it will look like that. And you are going to sew around here at the seam allowance that she gives you. Now keep in mind that the seam allowance for the 3-inch zipper, or number 3 zipper, is a little bit different than the seam allowance for the number 5 zipper. So pay attention to those measurements. We're going to take this over to my machine and we are going to sew it. Okay, I hope that you can see this. So we are going to sew around here at the seam allowance given. I'm going to clip that right there because it keeps popping up. At the seam allowance given for the zipper size that you are using. Okay? We are going to backstitch and we are going to turn our machine on. Okay, it should look like that right now. And we are going to turn this right. No, we're not. We're going to clip around the ends here. Now, if you don't have pinking shears, make little snips from here to here, but don't get into your seam allowance. Like, make them like 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to use my pinking shears just around the very edge. Mine aren't very good. I found me some cheap ones at the thrift store, and they're not any better than the ones I had before. So, okay. So we got that. And now we are going to turn this right side out. Just pull your hand in there and pull everything out. I'm going to take mine and I'm going to press it since it is all quilt cotton. You can make these out of vinyl, faux leather. I would suggest a lighter vinyl or faux leather because it can get kind of bulky around here. So I'm going to take mine over to my iron and I'm going to give this a good press and then I will be right back. Okay, I gave this a shot of steam with my iron and it's all nice and pressed. And now I'm going to go around here, this very edge, and top stitch, okay? I'm going to turn my stitch up a little. Okay. Now we're going to put the zipper on. So let me get my zipper end. Okay, so what you want to do, now I find that if you take this and you kind of, now you want your lining piece facing up and your exterior facing down to do this part. If you kind of fold it in half, like that, take some big clips, and then you want your zipper end a little bit uneven. And where's my, Make sure you burn those. Ooh. We'll see if we can get this on here. These are really small, these number 3 zipper pulls. I think I'm going to have to. Chop that off on an angle. And yes, I do struggle with this part. I should get me a zipper jig. Oh, I think that one's going to go on there. Yay, we did it. Okay. So then you can take these clips off. And this is what it's going to look like when it gets done. So you want to pull this back, pull the zipper pull back right to here. And then if you have to, you can just run a stitch across here, and if you're afraid your zipper pull might come off, because you do have to turn this inside out. Well, maybe it's got to be halfway, sorry. You're going to turn this inside out. Kind of hold your finger there so the zipper doesn't come off. And turn it inside out like that. And when you do this, you want to make sure that your zipper stays like that when you clip it. And we're going to measure our glasses, and we're going to cut a little bit off. Now, what I am going to do, since I am selling these, I am only going to cut off like maybe 1/2 inch. If you're making them personally for yourself, you're going to want to put your glasses on here like this, and you're going to want to see how much you need to cut off. I wouldn't cut off any more than 1 inch, to tell you the truth. It just depends on how big your glasses are. But like I said, since I'm selling these, I'm only cutting off 1/2 inch because I don't know how big the person's glasses are. So I'm going to get my ruler. And I'm going to measure 1/2 inch. Make a chalk mark. And cut that off. And you're going through a lot of fabric. So you want some really good scissors. And just throw that away. Now, you can either sew this at the seam allowance she gives and then zigzag at the edge so that doesn't fray, or you can use binding, or you can use fold over elastic to close that up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this first. And like I said, you want to keep your top, the zipper, bent in half like that, if that makes sense. I'm doing about 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. I believe she asked for a little bit bigger. Or she does a little bit bigger. Okay, then I'm going to put my fold over elastic on. Almost lost that one. And this over. Make sure that that gets folded over. Do these up. Sew this up. Come on, baby. Oh, I didn't get my fold over elastic. Didn't catch it. Whoa, that's not good. I have to do another stitch on there. My bad, my bad, my bad. And nobody's going to see that, so, unless I turn it inside out. Okay, now we just flip this over. Turn it right side out. I'm gonna snip that end. I'm gonna snip this in. Pokey thing in there to poke that side out. And there you have the raccoon pouch, the raccoon case. Isn't that cute? And I forgot to put my little thing on the end. Oh well, that's okay. Let me get a pair of glasses so you can see. Put them in there like that. Close it up. And that is the Raccoon Pouch by Pink Pony Designs. Easy peasy sewing. Domestic friendly and beginner friendly. Thank you for sewing with me today. And if you like this video, please give it a like, a share, and a subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you learned anything or if you got any value out of this. I hope you come back for my next video. I will be doing another sunglass case. I'm just waiting for her to give me the okay to do the tutorial. So have a good afternoon, and I will see you next time. Bye.